Morning, welcome to the next podcast of Andy Collier-talks cricket memorabilia. It's a sad week. We learned the passing of Roger Mann down there in Torquay, a great collector and friend of many in the cricketing world. There's probably not a book you've got in your collection that hasn't got something to do with the Roger Mann collection in it. He was a great local historian as well, down there in Torquay. Unfortunately passed away this week with lung cancer. He's been a great servant to the cricket memorabilia world. I can only remember meeting him once at Christie's auction, when he bought a ball from about 1864, I think it was, one of their first tours down under, New Zealand I think it was, and he put what we all thought was the final bid, and he came to pay for it and somebody else had got it. They'd forgotten Roger had bid on it, and he wasn't very happy. But anyway, that's life I suppose in the auction world. But so it's been a great shame losing Roger. He's been a great servant, as I said, to the cricketing world. And I'm fortunate enough to have a couple of bits and pieces from his collection that I've done over a few years. So I'm just going to show those now. We've got first one here is a lovely one from Madras with Jack Hobbs and his wife there, when they were there in 1933-34. So that's a nice photograph there. That came from Roger. Another lovely one here from May the 3rd, 1940. Lovely signed photograph there of Wally Hammond, with a sort of a pose cover drive there, but a nice press photograph there. Something to do with the BBC, I think, that one. And then another one here from MCC's first tour to East Africa, captained by Freddie Brown. Nice photograph there. Managed to get all the names on the back there as well. So you don't see many of C. Kenny from Essex and the likes of him in there, and C.W. Cook from Kent. So quite some nice names there. See Richardson's padding up there in the front here, Freddie in the front there. And quite a nice photograph that. And then obviously the last one I've got from Mike down there was Roger's latest book, Chapel Hill Cross, which I've not read it yet, so I'll now get down to reading that. Fortunately Roger signed that for me in there, so nice little memory there of Roger. So it's a sad day for the cricketing world, and I thought all of our thoughts I imagine go to his wife and family down there in Torquay. So life without Roger Mann collection now, what do we do? Okay, so back to things that have turned up this week is the lovely photograph here of Harold Larwood, 1928 at the Oval, playing the West Indies. And this is what's he got here. He's got 32 there in his own innings. Hobbs got 159, and it was Maurice Laidling's debut. So quite a nice press photograph there of Harold Larwood. I did buy a nice 28 signature of Harold Larwood the other week to go with that, so hopefully that's going to go in a lovely frame which I found, and be a nice little presentation. And there we go with a lovely Pat Pocock photograph there, taken at when he was in his England sweater there. Great man, Percy Pocock. Remember getting his signature in the very early 70s when he came down to Guildford to play for Surrey. So great memories there of Pat Pocock. And then another one, unfortunately, another one passed away. We've got a nice set of 24 cards here, Chevalier Taylor, 20s cricketers. But I don't quite understand why he didn't do Bradman. He's got Archie Jackson in there, and a few others, Arthur Mady, a few other Australian cricketers and English cricketers there, in the style of Chevalier Taylor. So he's done a good job there as John Hawkins, like one there of Maurice Tate, who we've got here, Bertie Oldfield there. So some nice cards there from County Prince services. They were made, I think they were probably late 90s, something like that. Doesn't actually say on the back here, but it's a nice set of cards there, memory of John Hawkins. And then some nice badges coming through this week, I have to say. We've got the Orontes on that one there, to go with the shipping side of things, and the Ormond or Ormondy, however you like to say it there. And another one from the Orford, slightly tarnished that one, but some nice badges there for the collection. Another nice luggage label there from Orient Line. Unfortunately can't quite read who is on the back there. I've strained my eyes to try and read that, but unfortunately didn't do it. So a lovely one there, Orient Line to Australia luggage label. And then another couple of nice postcards here. This one of Bonzo, who was created in 1922. Lovely postcard here. This is probably about a 1930s one here, I think, and created by George Studd, or Studdy, I think his name was. Got written on the back there. So, and he was in the Daily Sketch, little cartoons of Daily Sketch of Bonzo. So quite a nice postcard there. About 30s, I think, that one. And then a lovely postcard here with a nice poster of, we've got the Orient Line, Egypt and Australia. It's a relatively new postcard there, 80s or something like that, I should think. And the rarest thing that's come through this week, and I'm really pleased with this, and thanks to Andy in Australia for putting me onto it, is this rather nice souvenir. I hope you can see it. It's the first test match at Lord's in Durban. Natal's first test match. Scorecard there, and also 2 photographs of the South African team at the top there, and one taken on the Saxon of the England team. Got Simpson Hayward in there with who was one of the last great log bowlers, captained by Lucien Gore. Jack Hobbs is down the front there, so it's quite a rare article, that, with a nice full scorecard there. I think it's the first time in history that the first innings scores were tied at 199. So really pleased with that rarity. It is held together with some tape at the back, but it's a nice presentation, I've got to say. So I'm very pleased to have that in the collection. So anyway, that's about all I can do for this week. So memories and thoughts going with Roger Mann's family down there in Torquay. And see you on the next one. Hope you've enjoyed this one. Cheers.